You're about to uncover a secret so uncommon that most men will live their entire lives without ever truly grasping it. This isn't clickbait. There are no long stories, just a direct path to the secret and how to use it. By the time you finish this video, you'll understand how to talk to women without anxiety, how to step into their minds without forcing anything, and how to make them look forward to the next time they see or hear from you. No lines, no tricks, no acting, just pure understanding. Now picture this. There's you, and there's the woman you want to approach. What do you say? What do you talk about? And how do you make the conversation feel natural, smooth, and memorable? Before answering that, we need to remove the biggest mistake men make when speaking to women: overthinking. Most men get stuck on what to say, how to say it, and what she might think. This kills attraction before the conversation even starts. So before we continue, I want you to shift your perspective, change your internal mindset. The first thing you need to understand and fully accept is this: she is just a human being, nothing more. She eats, she sleeps, she feels insecure, she overthinks, she questions herself. Don't put her on a pedestal just because she's attractive. You've heard this before, but hearing it isn't enough. You need to feel it. From this moment on, every time you talk to a beautiful woman, remind yourself, she is just a human being. The second mindset shift is even more important and a bit uncomfortable. You need to see yourself as above her, not beneath her. This doesn't mean arrogance or disrespect. It's about your inner positioning. I'll explain how to do this soon. For now, just hold on to that idea. So how does attraction actually work? When you speak to a woman, something is happening beneath the surface. Her subconscious mind, the part responsible for love, desire, and attraction, is constantly evaluating you. Not logically or consciously, but emotionally. If you followed this series, you already know this truth. Women are primarily driven by emotion, not logic. They feel first, then they act. Attraction isn't a choice, it's a subconscious reaction. This leads to two important truths. Women don't choose who they're attracted to, and they can't force attraction towards someone they don't feel it for. Attraction happens automatically in response to certain behaviors. Now imagine her subconscious as a radar. The moment you begin talking, that radar activates and starts scanning you, not to judge your words, but to assess your presence. It asks one key question: is this man above me or below me? If the radar decides you see yourself as below her, attraction disappears immediately. If it senses you see yourself as above her, attraction begins, often without her even understanding why. This radar operates separately from her logical mind. That's why women sometimes fall for men who treat them poorly, even when logic says it's a bad idea. Her logic says no, but her radar says yes, and the radar always wins. Here's a fundamental truth about women. From the moment she is born, her biology has one central purpose: to find the right man. This doesn't mean she can't be ambitious, intelligent, or successful. She could be a scientist, an entrepreneur, even an astronaut in NASA, but the biological program remains. And here's the key point: she doesn't consciously choose the right man. Her radar does. So when you talk to a woman, understand this. She isn't listening to your words. She's feeling her position. Now let's go deeper. I hope you're following closely. If you are, type in the comments, "I am following." Done? Good. Let's continue. Now we're going to talk about body language. Forget everything you've heard about it. Forget rules about posture, hand placement, eye contact, or sitting perfectly straight. Most of that advice is useless. There are only 3 principles you need to remember. First, stop leaning toward her. Leaning in signals interest, and too much interest signals low value. Instead, lean slightly away when you talk. This creates space, and space creates value. Second, be willing to walk away. If she says something you don't like or rejects you, don't freeze. For example, if she says, "I'm not really interested," you can calmly respond, "That's fair. I might be a bit much for you anyway," and then start walking away. Most attractive women aren't used to this. They're used to being chased. Walking away shows confidence and abundance. Now that you have a new mindset and adjusted body language, let's talk about the conversation formula. What do you actually say? Here it is. 50% about her, 30% about anything, 20% about you. Why? Because the person who talks the most about themselves is usually the one seeking approval. Think about a job interview. Who talks more about themselves? The applicant, not the employer. You never want to be the applicant. Let's begin with the first 50%. Talk about her. It's simple. Ask about her childhood, her likes and dislikes, her dreams, fears, opinions, and values. Listen like a therapist, not to reply, but to understand. Next, 30%. Talk about anything. This is where most men get stuck. Here's the rule. Say whatever comes to mind. Speak like you're sitting with a friend you've known for years. Be random, be playful, be imperfect. Change topics, make jokes, say nonsense. The goal is flow, not intelligence. Never try to win arguments. Never try to impress. You don't need her approval. Finally, 20%. Talk about yourself the right way. This is where many men ruin attraction. Never brag. Don't list achievements. Don't try to impress. When you talk about yourself, lightly make fun of yourself. Share stories where you appear human, flawed, or funny. This shows confidence. Next in the formula is mystery. Say less, not more. Mystery isn't about lying. It's about holding things back. Most men overshare. For example, if she asks, "Where do you work?" don't give a full explanation. Instead say, "Relax, we just met." This builds curiosity, and curiosity creates investment. Examples. Her, "What are you doing Saturday?" You, "Something interesting, can't say yet." Her, "Have you been in a relationship?" You, "That's classified." Her, "What's your name?" You, "Take a guess, I'll tell you if you're right." Say less, let her wonder. Lastly, tests, the final barrier. Women will test you, not deliberately, See if you're genuine or just pretending. If you panic, you fail. If you stay calm, you pass. We'll cover tests in detail in the next episodes of this series. For now, remember this. Tests aren't rejection, they are invitations. To sum it up, this is what matters. Attraction isn't about words, it's about inner positioning, comfort, and emotional leadership. When you understand this, conversations stop feeling stressful. You stop chasing. You stop trying to prove yourself. You begin to lead. And that's when women start thinking about you without even knowing why. This is the path of Stoic men. See you in the next video.